What's up guys, Simon here. In this video we're going to talk about the interest rate, whether it has a chance to actually go up to 10%. We're going to go over the history of interest rates and what it really means for the market in real estate and just loaning money, because it's getting out of hand. We're seeing interest rates that are climbing fast. Although they fell recently as of Friday to about 5.13%, they have still gone up in the past 6 months, with the Feds increasing rates at a rapid rate several times over. So in this video, we're going to cover interest rates, what it means for the housing market, which is not happy with the current rates that we're seeing. And we're going to go a little bit deeper to see where they could actually go and if they could go up to 10%. Before I do that, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I appreciate it. Let's get into this video. So the current interest rate for June was at 5.52%. Again, in the end of July, it dropped to about 5.13%, which is a pretty big drop actually, in case you are thinking it was going to continue going up. Now, there have been speculations that the interest rate could actually go up to 10%, and the rate has seen its highest increase in decades. Now, if you look at the last time we were at a 10% interest rate, that was in the 1990s, nearly 30 years ago. And then again, we saw a close to a 10% interest rate in the year 2000, with interest rates going at about 8.5%. In 2021, we actually enjoyed an interest rate of nearly 3%, 2.94% on average, which is incredible. Anyone that bought a house around 2021 were lucky. They pretty much got a free house or one of the lowest mortgages that has ever been released. Interest rates have not always been so cheap. In fact, in the 70s and 80s, interest rates were above 13%. And in 1984, the interest rate average was above 13% at 13.8%. with some rates almost hitting 15%. So that is incredible. I don't know how people were able to afford homes back then, but obviously the homes were a lot less pricey. Nowadays, you got multi-million-dollar homes and people taking out really big whopping jumbo loans to afford their home. So could we see a 10% interest rate? One thing I want to note, before the 2008 crash, we were actually seeing the same interest rate as we are seeing here in 2022. So with June's interest rate being at 5.5%, the 2008 real estate crash had an interest rate average of 6.03%. And in 2009, we had an interest rate of 5.04%. So we are, in comparison to what the big interest rate was, or what the equivalent interest rate was when we've had our last crash in the real estate market. Now, since January, interest rates have gone up from 3.45%, 2 basis points. So they have gone up all the way to 5.5%. That is a crazy increase in just 6 months. And the Feds have said they will continue hiking interest rates. The only reason they have slowed down that hike is because we've had negative GDP reporting for 2 straight quarters, which actually is an indication that we are in a recession. So they have tried, or the government has tried, to redefine what a recession is. Typically in the past, a recession was defined by 2 negative GDP quarters, which we had. So the US economy again shrank in June with a drop of 0.9%. And it is raising fears that we're now going into a recession. So it's possible that the Feds have hiked interest rates way too fast. Now, the 0.9% drop was followed by a 1.6% drop from January to March. So we're not in a good place, folks. And guess what's going to hurt the real estate market even more? Foreclosures. Foreclosures are coming. The negative outlook on the economy with the GDP and the rising interest rates. This is a whirlwind for a massive, massive recession that's going to come. In the Bay Area alone, where I live, the foreclosures have spiked by 90% from the year before to 1,700 foreclosures And the Bay Area being as robust in terms of all these job offerings as it is, it's still below the national average. However, foreclosures across the USA have increased 153% during the same period last year. So overall, foreclosures are coming, interest rates are going up, and if the interest rates continue to go up, you're going to see a massive demand shift in the real estate market. I'm already noticing it with luxury properties as well as vacation or second homes. Pre-pandemic and in 2021, we saw vacation home spikes like crazy. Some of the homes in our local vacation spots have doubled in price in just 6 months, and now homes are sitting on the market, not selling, without any buyers. That's because the interest rate has almost doubled and that home is becoming way too expensive to afford. So prices are going to start coming down as demand decreases. Supply is going to go up as foreclosures continue to increase. And I just told you that they've increased 153% from the year before nationwide and 90% here in the Bay Area. You're going to see prices drop in real estate, not to levels where they're just going to be simply affordable, but they're going to be dropping to levels where you're not going to be overpaying for the same house. And as companies and investors, as well as foreign investments, tighten with the potentially shrinking economy that is happening all over the world, actually, you're going to see a lot less investments coming in from foreigners, and a lot less people are going to be able to afford a common mortgage or a 30-year mortgage today. So overall, through June and July, we are averaging about a 4.52% interest rate on a 30-year mortgage. Still relatively cheap compared to where we were in the 70s, 80s, 90s. However, it's still a lot more expensive compared to where we were before at 2.96% just the year before, and 3.11% the year before that, according to Fannie Mae. So overall, do I see 10% interest rates coming? I do not see 10% interest rates coming because I think we are going to be much more swift to act to boost the economy back up. I think what's happening is you're getting an earthquake effect from the pandemic, the post-pandemic, the supply chain issues, the crazy inflation that's happened with all the money printed, then the adjustments to raise the interest rate trickles down and actually slows down the economy. Now we're seeing the GDP being hit with all of those factors into play and rising interest rates with less people borrowing money. So we are kind of in this whirlwind of so many different variables that things are going to slow down. They have to. We have not had a recession since 2008. The 2020 recession has not really counted. It was only a few months and it got spiked or boosted right back up, and we've seen the craziest inflation numbers to come out. So overall, 10% interest rates, I don't think so. But honestly, I would not doubt if we see 6-7% interest rates somewhere down the line before things get reasonable again and come back down to 4 and 3.5% levels. So let's see. Hopefully it doesn't happen. I would personally love to have the opportunity to get more properties at lower interest rates. But if you are mortgaging your properties or leveraging your property's equity to invest in new properties, these interest rates are going to kill you. So I definitely, that kind of stops trying to pull money out on your properties with these higher interest rates to invest in other properties. So I really hope they don't go up, but let me know in the comments below what you think. Are we going to see the Feds continuously raise the interest rates, or are we actually going to see some slowdown in their spikes, hopefully to offset the declining GDP? Comment below, I'll reply. Appreciate you guys watching. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the likes and the comments. It always helps, and I like doing these videos for you. Thank you.